then it would be pretty hard for the government here to control the people, right? Because to control the people, you have to suppress the people in their mindset. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we have a video suggested by Nadia R in Italy from the Discord. So the video we're going to be checking out today called "They Said Europe Was Dangerous. Then I Went Anyways" by the channel Justin Banks. I've never actually came across this channel before that I know of. Thanks for watching with me. Thanks, Nadia. If I pronounce your name wrong, I apologize for that. I have been known to do that. Links down below if I didn't say that already.
They told us not to go, that Europe was dangerous, full of pickpockets, terrorists, and unfiltered tap water.
And unfiltered tap water. I've actually learned recently that the tap water in Europe rivals bottled water in cleanliness, taste, purity, flavor, all of it.
So I went anyway, and guess what? I survived. Shocking. I know. If you ever tried to go on a school trip to Europe from the US, you probably know they load you up with fear.
Oh yeah.
Don't drink the water.
I never did a school trip from the United States, but the United States propaganda is here, whether you're going to Europe or not. They teach you all this stuff. The tap water, it's not safe to drink. You always have to ask if it's, which I understand certain parts of the world, maybe you should probably ask if the water's safe to drink. But Europe, you're going to be okay.
Water. Never walk alone. Hide your money in your shoe, or better yet, just stay home. It's like the second you land in France, someone's gonna slip a blindfold on you. Thing. American culture is obsessed with danger, especially foreign danger.
Yep.
We grew up on this stranger danger, lockdown drills, and news that makes Europe sound like it's a war zone. Movies, TV shows,
I
every time
mean,
you see a pro.
part of Europe is a war zone right now. Just saying, there is parts of Europe that's certainly dangerous. I would not recommend going.
Protest is like Europe is on fire. Even teachers sometimes pass it on without even realizing they're just repeating the same crap that they were taught.
Yep.
That the US is the safest, freshest, most exceptional place in the world. And everything else, you should be suspicious. Let's be honest. You know what feels scarier than a train ride in Germany? Some of those lockdown drills we had in case someone might attack the school. That would kind of.
You know, speaking of that, there's a channel called JLR Reacts or JLR Investigates. I don't watch all his videos. I watch a couple videos. He's a journalist. He goes out and about, you know, boots on the ground and goes to the source of whatever it is. He covers a lot of stories. I've been seeing, again, I haven't watched the videos, but I've been seeing almost every single day for the last 2 weeks. It's a different active in a different state at a different place. Some of it's schools, some of it's public places. I don't know. I'm starting to think that the United States of America might be one of the most dangerous places in the world. Certain areas, not where I live, of course. Certain areas, certain cities of the United States. It's insane.
It's kind of tricky, right? Here's what actually happened in Europe so far. I took a public train ride. I didn't get stabbed.
Good deal.
I drank the tap water. I didn't die
He's
or
still
get
here.
any other form of sickness. I'm fine. I walked around at night, and be honest with you, walking around at night in Germany is sometimes a lot safer than walking around in the daytime in a city like Detroit or Los Angeles if you go down certain
Yeah.
neighborhoods.
Yeah.
I have not came across a street yet in Germany where I feel like, uh-oh.
Did my other camera just stop doing its thing? So we're just gonna finish the video like this. It'll work.
Uh-oh, I need to get away from here. I need to run fast. Or seeing someone walk around with a big, thick jacket, even though it's summertime, and you wonder, why is he wearing these type of clothes even it's hot? And that was in California. But I have yet to really see that in Germany. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places, but so far, So far, I have now what I did see, the people were nice, the people were chill, sometimes a little bit rude. But so far as danger and bad experiences, I've yet to find any. Now, here's the scary part that no one would ever want to say out loud. They're not just scared of people going to Europe as being dangerous. They're afraid of people learning too much as well.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit dramatic, right? But think about it. The same people that tell you don't go to Europe, you might get attacked in Europe, are often the same people that say, don't go to college. It's too liberal. They'll brainwash you. You'll come back hating America. They're going to teach you all these liberal ideologies and you're just not safe. Now, I'm not
Propaganda.
advocating for everyone to go to university because it's kind of expensive. That's for another story. But the
Yeah.
point that I'm getting at is that how they try to use fear and tell you that the universities are too liberal. But the truth is, I don't think universities do brainwash the kids. What I find to be true is just that universities normally open your eyes up to a lot more experiences that you did not have when you
Yeah.
lived in that small town of just 200 people.
And that's what it is too. It's like they think that, I mean, yeah, sure, there's probably not good, there's some schools out there that's not good, but they're teaching you stuff that it's like these parents in these places, they're sheltering people from the real world by lying. You know what I mean? Saying that this is how it really is when it's not really like that. And then the kids are going off to college or going off, they're going, in the real world, and then they're learning and seeing like how it really is. Like with me doing this reaction content, seeing how it really is in the world. Some people would say, "Oh, I'm just being brainwashed by the Europeans," but not really. You guys are just opening my eyes to like, how the world is outside of the American propaganda, right?
It just gives you, for the first time, your first taste of freedom. And for a lot of kids, they don't know how to handle it. Now, let me just tell you a side story. I had a girl come up to me when I was in university. This was in 2005, but I think it still happens. She came up to me and she had a conversation with me. She was nice and she said, Justin, you know what? You're the first black person I had a conversation with. And I looked at her like, huh, really?
Really?
And I kind of smiled, didn't want to throw her off. I'm thinking, how old are you? And you never actually had a conversation with a black person?
And where do you live? Right? Like in the middle of nowhere? Like how do you that's crazy.
Huh, that threw me off a little bit. But the truth is that most of these people have been giving fear lessons their whole lives and they just pass it on. That's why I think a lot of time cops are also afraid of black people in America. It's because, well, there are some bad parts of the area, but a lot of times it's just what they've been taught. You've been taught to be afraid of someone different. And once you go to university, a lot of times that's when these children have their first open eye experience. It's somewhat like the Amish in America, right? They live in these small communities, no technology, no electricity,
Right.
and then they're given that 1 year to go out into the world and have their experiences.
They call it Ron Springer, something like that.
And some of the kids just go crazy.
Yeah,
They
they
go
do.
wild. You see, you hear stories about it. Some of them still do return back home to their old Amish life, but then it's others like, Once I have my eyes open, I can never go back.
Right.
And that's what it is in university a lot of times, that these children that have been sheltered, that have been put fear upon them, the fear mongers have had control over them. Once they get their eyes opened up by going to universities or going to another part of the world and start to realize, wow, it's really like that. I can't believe it.
Yep, yep. Some of that didn't have anything to do with Europe, though. He was talking about how cops in America don't like black people. But I guess it's, he's talking about the mentality that people have. So, he's looking through his notes, I guess. Oh, here we go.
When a kid from a small town, small insulated town, suddenly meets people from another country, from another world, they're they learns world history, started traveling abroad, it breaks the spell. And then they start asking questions like,
Yeah.
wait, if they lied about Europe, what else have they been lying about?
Exactly. I'm not a kid. He's not talking about me specifically, but he's talking about me in the same sense that I've been doing this reaction content, learning about stuff. I haven't traveled the world yet, but we're going to Europe next year. We're going to the Netherlands in April. Thanks to you guys. Amazing. And but it's opening my eyes. All the stuff that I've been learning, watching these videos and everything else, it's like it does break the spell of the American propaganda spell, if that makes sense.
Why do we pay so much for healthcare? Why
Yeah,
are universities so expensive?
yeah,
Why was I told this version of history?
right.
And that curiosity that opens, it scares people. It scares people who have built up this fear control their whole life because they don't know the answer to these questions. And same thing when I talk to Americans back home after they say, you've been brainwashed. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
the
here
thing.
you are.
That's the thing. They always shut it down. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you've been brainwashed, this and that. They don't even accept it. They don't even give it even the smallest fraction of a second of thought process to see, okay, maybe there's something to what this person's saying. They just instantly shut it down. They instantly don't want to believe it. And oh, you've been brainwashed. Oh, you've been brainwashed. And just block it out of their head completely. And they're just so closed off in their little American propaganda bubble, essentially. And I know a lot of those people in real life too, and because obviously I live in this country, I see it.
Starting up this European socialism crowd. This is what they tell me. I'm like, guys, you know me. You grew up with me.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not just
funny.
trying to tell you some crap. I'm trying to tell you something. Just listen. But
Yep,
they already have in their head
yep.
that I'm a snake charmer. I'm trying to tell them some bull crap. I'm trying to sell ice to a penguin.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Once that bubble pops, you can't go open. Once what they say, once you have opened up Pandora's box, you cannot close it again.
Right.
And that scares a lot of people.
It don't
Now,
scare
I
me.
can't put on
I've been doing my channel for over 4 years, and I started opening my eyes up to like how the world is 4 years ago and seeing. I mean, there was I wasn't as acceptable to the American propaganda necessarily as a lot of people are. There was a lot of stuff that I questioned myself and a lot of stuff in my head where I'm like, doesn't seem right. But then after starting my channel, it really, really started opening up my eyes of to like how the world is for sure.
the parents. A lot of times the parents are just doing what helped them get by. A lot of times it's fear and scare techniques that normally keep people safe. At the end of the day, a lot of times we just want to keep people safe. But there are the other people that really just want you to think that America is the best country in the world, which, hey, I'm a proud American as well. But it's not perfect. Just like Europe is not perfect. The goal is that we can learn from each other and get the best from each world.
Nothing's perfect.
But if we keep preventing people from experiencing or tasting something else, how can they truly know if they love what they're really experiencing? Hey, I know a lot of people that have gone to Europe, came to visit Europe, and realized, man, America is the best country they ever lived in. They just didn't like Europe. But I know other people that came to Europe and realized, oh, there are some good things. Or went to China and realized, oh
But
wow, China.
But the people that didn't like it, like how long did they actually go there? Because some people go for like a week, they go for 2 weeks, they go to just strictly tourist destinations, stuff like that. They don't get the real full experience. You're not going to actually see the full benefit of like being a resident of that country and what that can offer you as living as a person actually living in Europe, right? You're going to have a lot big different experience than just, oh, I went there for a week or two. Even next year, next April, we're going to Netherlands for 2 weeks. That's not going to give me a full representation of what it's actually going to would be like to live in Europe at all. I would have a more clear indication and stuff of that, after than just watching my videos, of course, after being there 2 weeks, but it's still not, enough time for somebody to really see what the actual differences are. So for somebody that goes and travels to Europe, comes back and says, "Oh yeah, Europe sucks, America greatest nation." Maybe they went over there with a closed off mind. Maybe they didn't go off the beaten path. Maybe they didn't go and do what the locals do and they stayed in their little tourist bubble around other Americans. Because that's what a lot of people do. It seems like to me. I don't know, I haven't been there yet, but from videos and what I've gathered, you know what I mean?
Technology unbelievable. I mean, look at the CEO of Ford. CEO of Ford Motor Company. Ford is American-made cars, right? And I believe I read a story where the CEO of Ford was driving around in a Chinese-made car. And every time he has an interview, when I read a story, he's always bragging about how far advanced the Chinese cars are.
Yeah.
I mean, he he can't stop talking about it. And he is in charge of another car company and talking about other cars. That's crazy. See, it's
Yeah.
everybody, everybody. Once you get your mind exposed to something and you can realize, wow, that's actually really good. We got to catch up. We are being held back.
Yeah.
And sometimes that happens.
Yeah, I agree with him. It's, you know, it's
I'm not saying
there's a lot of people you hear of that go over to Europe, you know, and it's like and it's people that's been closed off in the American bubble. And then they go there and like he's saying, you know, you hear of people and then it opens up their mindset and they're just like, "Wow," like mind blown. I can't wait to go see Europe. I really cannot wait. I've learned a lot from the videos, but it's not the same as going there, obviously. I cannot wait. It's gonna be a long winter.
Europe is perfect. No, not at all.
No, nothing's perfect.
But when the
Except you guys, my audience. You perfect. You're the most perfect audience on YouTube. And to prove it, you're gonna hit like and subscribe and all that good stuff, right? I know you are. Because you're perfect.
but when American schools act like the rest of the world is just a piece of then
Yeah.
I have to talk about that. That's not in education. That's indoctrination. That's I can't even say it.
I know what you're talking about though. Yeah, it's just
That
it's
is
like
not education. That is indoctrination,
and
right?
propaganda.
And maybe the real reason that they don't want us to travel to Europe or thinking for ourselves is because once you do, you start to see how small your world really is.
It's all about control. So if you got half your population leaving, you know, and you're actually telling them how it really is, and the grass really is possibly greener on the other side, and you got people actually leaving to go experience this and seeing that, hey, we can actually do something different. They're doing all these things better in Europe, better in China. All these things are so much more advanced. Well, you know what? Then it would be pretty hard for the government here to control the people, right? Because to control the people, you have to suppress the people in their mindset, right? So they keep us dumb, they keep us stupid, they feed us a bunch of unhealthy crap to keep us sick, and then charge so much money for the medical stuff and the medicine to see the doctor and stuff like that that you can't even afford to do it. So they're just trying to get rid of the poor people because it's only the rich people that can afford to be healthy in this country. When you go to the store and it's $8 for a salad, but it's only $1 for that greasy processed cheeseburger. Well, when you're poor, what do you think you're going to buy? You're going to buy the dollar cheeseburger. You're not going to buy no $8 salad, and you're going to get sick, and you're not going to be able to afford the medical bills. And the rich get richer, the poor get dead. Hope this video don't get demonetized, but I mean, it's true, and I'm sick of it.
Or really was. So you go, study abroad, eat strange food, take a train ride, try these experiences. I can only recommend it. And truly, truly, once you have done
Yeah,
those things, then you can either find out, you know what, my country's not the best. We need to get it better. Or you might even realize that, you know what they told me was 100% right. I love America, but you will never know until you try.
exactly.
And my goal is, I just want you to try it.
It's a good video. Better than I thought it was gonna be like starting out, to be honest with you guys. Good
Because here's the
topics.
thing, the world is not as scary as they told you.
It's because people have
But here's the thing,
people have the fear of the unknown though. You know what I mean? And when you got like everybody in your entire country, you know, the propaganda and everybody saying this is how it is, like he's saying, you know, it's true. That's how they say it is here. So then the fear of the unknown becomes much greater because then it's like, oh wow, but like my entire life I've been told this thing here. I've been told this. So now you're just at that point, because a couple people said, yeah, I went to Europe and it's actually good, or you watched a few videos where you realized, hey, it might be good. Now you're kind of like going out on a limb and trying to go against what everything you've been told your entire life, your entire society, your nation, your family, everything's been telling you. And you're going to go out on a limb and just hope these couple videos are true. Hope these people are telling the truth. So I think it makes the fear of the unknown more, because it's like a gamble at that point. It's like, what do I do? Do I trust everything I've been told my entire reality, my whole existence, or what I actually starting to see? I don't know.
The world is not as scary as they told you. Being afraid to do something, that's scary. And that's with anything. What are you afraid of computers? Try it out. If you're afraid to drive, try. We have to get over our fears.
Yeah,
If anything this video is going to teach me is just a PSA. Don't let fear stop you from trying something new. Don't. Try it out. You might find that you might love it. You're probably holding yourself back from a lot of great experiences.
probably,
And
probably actually.
like I said, I'm not saying your parents try to do you wrong. Your parents try, and they try to protect us from everything. But sometimes parents can also be the ones that are actually holding us back from their own fears. They're putting their fears
Right.
on the children. And then the children turn around and put their fears on their children and on their children. And it's you're trying to keep your people safe, but there are times when your fears can actually hold someone else back. I love America. I would never stop loving America. But there's some things that I think America can do better. I love Europe. I have grown to love Europe as much as I love America. But I realize there's some things I wish Europe would do like America. But this education part of just causing people to be afraid of stuff, that's not it. I think it needs to change.
Not, I mean, well said. I don't know what to add to that. It's a good video.
If you please, if you have any interesting stories that fit this storyline, please tag a friend that you think is afraid that needs to travel. Comment on some weird things that you've probably been told by your family, friends,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or even in school. Um, I'm in with this story. I remember my textbook, and I think it was fifth grade. And I remember this story vivid. And I remember he had the section of socialism and communism was basically the same chapter. And
I just realized I'm logged into the wrong. I'm logged into Project Bloom channel. I'll have to switch here in a second, and then I was gonna drop a comment, but I don't want to drop it on on the wrong channel.
I vividly remember seeing a store, I think in the Soviet Union, don't know which part, but it's part of the Soviet Union, and it showed long lines. And it showed how destitute that living in the communism world was. And at the
Yeah.
time, maybe the book didn't try to, but I feel like it did now because they put communism and socialism in the same chapter, in the same lesson. It was hard for me at this age to really divide the two. And I don't think it's just me. I
Right.
think a
No.
lot of times when you look at when people start talking about socialistic ideals, you say socialism, then someone else is going to say communism.
Yeah. We
And they
lump them
put these words
together.
together. So it wasn't just me that fell for that hokey doke. A lot of people have.
Yeah.
And that goes with that. Now, I'm just repeating this because that was in my fifth grade textbook. And I know how the history books are constantly being changed. Things are being taken out, things are being held off.
Yeah, they are.
America somehow is always the greatest in every form. And when we did do wrong, we found a way to justify the reasoning behind it.
Yeah. Somehow.
That's a whole nother video. But Germany and Europe, for the most part, don't do it like that. Hey, we got to get out. So with that being said, please like, subscribe, comment, tell me
Yeah.
your story.
I'm gonna comment on that. I gotta switch my screen over here real quick so I can log back into the right channel. But you know what? He's gonna get 2 likes because he's getting a like from this channel and a like from the Project Bloom channel. I'm just gonna say great video, man. Just something to something to help his algorithm out there. Good video, guys. Go check out his channel. And I'm gonna go ahead and actually subscribe to his channel real quick because I'm sure he's got other videos. I like the let's talk aspect of it. And I've been thinking about at some point trying to do some more, I have done a couple videos in the past, like let's talk about this or that. Stuff that's on my mind, so possibly down the road I may do that. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Go over there and check out Justin Banks' channel. You guys have a super fun, awesome day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, bye.